Isishoshono sizwe sikaMthwakazi silamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba ngumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kunguLesibili zingama-21 kuMfumfu ngomnyaka ka-2025. Indaba lizethulelwa ngikhethiwe Chuma. Kwezihamba phambili namhlanje, uMnangagwa uyesaba ukuya okhethweni kusho uMahere. Ibandla leZANU-PF labulala indlela yokuthutha ngololiwe kuzwekazi lase-Afrika, kusho ilunga letalele ephalamende. UChuma uthi ingalo yomthetho kayidlale indima yayo kulolo lamalungelo abantu obhubhe esevalelwe eboshiwe. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokugcweleyo. Owayemela iMount Pleasant etalele ephalamende umhlonitshwa uFatsai Mahere uthi uEmmerson Mnangagwa uyesaba kakhulu ukuya ekhethweni, yikho efuqa udaba lokuba kudluliselwe ukhetho lomnyaka ka-2028 phambili. Uye waphosela emakhasini akhe okuxhumana. uMahere uthi ibandla leZANU-PF emhlanganweni wabo abawenza mnyaka wonke baye bavumelana ukuba kungezelelwe isikhathi sika-Emmerson Mnangagwa esembusweni kuze kwedlule umnyaka ka-2028 ngoba esesaba ukuya okhethweni. Ibandla eliphikisayo selilaso isiqiniseko sokuba uMnangagwa owangena embusweni ngomnyaka ka-2017 ngemva kokuketula owayesembusweni wadliwa kukhetho lomnyaka ka-2018 kanye lomnyaka ka-2023 lapho adliwa ngumongameli uChamisa. Owayemela iMakwekwe lopengula etalele ephalamende umhlonitshwa u-Eric Kono uthi kayikho into kumele ithakazelelwe ngabantu lapho sekuphendekiswe isitimela sikaloliwe inhlanganiso ye-National Railways of Zimbabwe. Umhlonitshwa uKono uthi iZimbabwe yayilendlela enhle yokuthutha ngololiwe kumhlubulo wezansi kwele-Afrika lapho kwakuyisigodlo sikaloliwe koBulawayo, kodwa ibandla leZANU-PF ngenxa kwehluleka ukubusa kanye lenkohlakalo kuchabalele konke lokhu. Ake sizweni umhlonitshwa uKono ekhuluma.
Impahla le National Railways of Zimbabwe eyayi pride Southern Africa yayekelelwa yangamaintainwa kwadilizwa kwatshontshwa izimali, amabhodi engaze betshontshe izimali kwagcina kusifa. Namhla sebesithi bafuna ukuziletha back izitimela lezana, but esikwaziyo ukuthi i-infrastructure yakhona ayikho sustainable ukuthi izitimela singahamba ngoba ayimaintainwa. Njalo izitimela zakhona abakhuluma ngazo izitimela zakudala ezathatha iminyaka wonke ukusuka eHarare sifika koBulawayo, ezathatha iminyaka wonke ukusuka eVictoria Falls ukuze sifike koBulawayo. Ikudlalisa isikhathi. Ngabe ngabanye ngabo bayafunda ku-Advocate Nelson Chamisa wapresenta idocument elalichaza kabanzi ukubana ama-modern trains singawaya kanjani eZimbabwe, lawo azathatha isikhathi esifitshane ukusuka from point A to point B ukwenzela ukuthi a-complement ezinye indlela ze-transport. Lokho abakhuluma ngakho ukuthi bafuna ukuletha back izitimela lezi zakudala ikudlalisa isikhathi nje. Bayehluleka, yibo futhi ababulalayo isystem yayingcono kabi eyayiphila ngezikhathi ezidlulileyo i-NRST isarana ngabelungu. Bazifaka bona abantu abangelakhulula ukuthi kwenziwani, batshontsha kwaze wafika esimeni esiyiso khona namhlanje. So ngicabanga ukuthi basidlalisela isikhathi. Ngabe ngabanye ngabe bayabele emuva kungena abantu abazwisisayo ukubuilda i-infrastructure entsha ezasebenza kangcono, hayi lokho abafuna ukusenzela khona.
Isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo Stephen Sarkozy Chuma usememezele ukuba umthetho kawuthatha indawo yawo ngemva kokuba omunye wengwebandla eliphikisayo uHillary Tafasa Tamangani owabhubhela evalelwe ngomnyaka ka-2019. uTamangani owashaywa kakhulu ngamapolisa kanti njalo wayevalelwe wabhubha ngenxa yokulimala kwakhe ebhubhela eHarare Remand Prison. uChuma owayesasengumuntu omusha njalo engusomlomo wabasha ngaleso sikhathi uthi uhulumende kumele achaze ukuba kwenzakalani ngokufa kukaTamangani kanti njalo kumele kubhadalwe imuli yakhe. Ake sizweni uChuma ekhuluma.
Yes, it is now 6 years after the colors and gruesome murder of one of our opposition activists, Tafadzwa Hilary Tamangani, who was killed in 2019 at the hands of police stationed at Harare Central Police Station. Tamangan was a vendor in Harare CBD, was accused of plotting demonstrations, and the police took the law into their own hands and brutally assaulted Tamangan, and he eventually succumbed to the injuries from the assault when he was in custody at Harare Remand Prison. It is very saddening and unfortunate that the police denied Hillary an opportunity to access medication for reasons best known to them, and this worsened the situation, resulting in Tamangan dying of the injuries he sustained from the assault. Up to now, there's nothing that has been done. In a normal country, investigations were supposed to be carried out, and the police who beat up Tamangan to death were supposed to be arrested, because these people are known, because each day they report for duty. They fill in the forms which shows that who is on duty. So it's clear that the state is protecting murderers. It is clear that there is no rule of law in this country, because in a country with rule of law, the people who are responsible for his death were supposed to be arrested, and in other cases even to be removed from the police force. We also call for compensation to Tamangan's family, because this is a young man who left a son, and that son needs to be taken care of. And it's unfortunate that the state has not done anything towards that.
Umlandeli owaziwayo kakhulu kubandla eliphikisayo uMatsibaba Veshanduko uye waboshwa izolo kusihlwa ngamadoda asebenzela uhulumende abebehlomile besebenzisa izimota ezingelazo inamba. Ngesikhathi eboshwa, kubikwa labo bantu baye bahlukumeza unkosikazi kaMatsibaba Veshanduko. Esikhathini siletha le imbiko, uMatsibaba Veshanduko ubevalelwe eHarare Central Police Station. Siza kulilethela eminye imininingwano ngokuya kwesikhathi kuchaneli yethu ye-WhatsApp. Sekusiyafikisa phose umnyaka u-Emmerson Mnangagwa wasungula ikomiti yokuba ilalele ngezehlakalo ezenzakalayo eMatabeleland ngesikhathi sekukhurawundi. Ukulalelwa kwalezi zehlakalo kulokhu kusenziwa eNsitha, kanti njalo onozindaba abavunyelwa ukuba balalele. Isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo kanti njalo engomunye wabahlukumezekayo ngesikhathi sekukhurawundi, uSenetha uFelix Mafa-Sibanda uye wasinika eyakhe imbono mayelana ngalokho okuqhubekayo. Ake sizweni.
Kulusisi ukuthi i-exercise kaMnangagwa yokufaka induna phambili ukuthi bakhulume, baxoxisane labantu, baphanane imlotha, kuzasebenza, ngoba ngihambile ngikhangela ngikhatshana lapha kakulabantu ababevele bethanda ukuya ncedisa uMnangagwa ukuthi ezigeze. Ngoba phela uMnangagwa ngesikhathi leso wayenguye uMinister we-State Affairs, nguye wayephansi kukaMgabe loSekiramayi loNkala lama-generals. Yikho-ke kuba nzima ukuthi abantu abahlukuluza abantu kangaka, over 30,000 abafayo, labanye abangekho eZimbabwe, baphinde balalele isithi ngesikhiwa ngumhlukuluzi, i-perpetrator. Lezi nduna ngoba lazo zibanjwe ngodli, ngoCharumbira, baphongulandela. Kuyayangisa ukuthi izinduna zemaNdebeleni ezinye lazo abazali bazo babulawa, silapha eMatabeleland North ababulawayo, amaBhikwa labanye ngasoZimbaqambe, abantwababo yibo sebekuthiwa bagijime besenza bephanana umlotha labantu, baxolelane labantu. Akusoze kwenze ukuthi umuntu onguye owayedlawula enguye owayelawula i-genocide ephinde egijime. Lokhu kuzaze kulungiswe nge-new government engazange ibambe igazi. As long as izanu ibusa bengabusa for 100 years, akula sivalo esingathi i-closure. Kuzabe lokhu kusiba buhlungu ngenxa yokuthi abasoze balethe abahlukuluzi, abasoze balethe abantu abahamba begongoda abantu. Ukuvula amanxeba besenzela ukuthi abantu bahlale besesaba, benzela ukuthi abantu bebuya ama-election, but hayi igugrawundi sizayiletha. Namhla hambe eLupane, hambe eNkayi, hamba eWange, hambe eMthabezi, hambe endaweni zonke lezi zamaNdebele, abantu abafuni ukuphatheka kakhulu ezombangazwe ngenxa yokuthi besaba igugrawundi elokhu ikhulunywa ngayo. Yikho-ke njengami, njengomunye oyi-victim, angisoze ngixole, angisoze ngivume ukuthi abantu bakwethu lezi nduna zethu zingcoliswe. Ngiyabonga.
Igqwetha njalo engusaziwayo ekucubunguleni umthetho wesisekelo sombuso, uProfesa Olavo Maduku usesole kakhulu ibandla leZANU-PF ngesinqumo sokudlulisela ukhetho phambili lapho athenga umsindo omkhulu kakhulu njalo okuhlose ukuba kuncedise labo abazuzayo ngenkohlakalo eyenziwayo ngaphansi kobuthungameli buka-Emmerson Mnangagwa. Uye waba lengxoxo lomsakazo we-BBC Africa izolo. UProfesa uMaduku uthi lesi sinqumo kasingenelani lomthetho kanti njalo labo abasifuqayo ngabambalwa nje abangathandiyo ilizwe. Uye wathi kunzima kakhulu ukuba bejintshe lo umthetho wokuba umuntu abuse kabili ngoba labo abafuqayo ngabebandla leZANU-PF njalo abahlose ukuba bazuze ngenkohlakalo. Ake simzweni ekhuluma.
Unfortunately, there's no way they can change that if the proposal, as far as we hear it, is to extend the term of office of the president, for the president to remain in office beyond the 5-year limit, which ends in 2028. There are certain things you can change in the constitution and others you cannot change. And the term, the 5 years given in the constitution, would apply to a person who has been elected for a given term, and that can only be done by the people themselves. So Parliament is out of it. The mistake they are having is that they think that Parliament can do anything, that Parliament can write anything into the Constitution or remove whatever they want from the Constitution. That is not how it works.
If they go to the people, can they get their wish to extend the president's term by that extra 2 years if the people give them the green light to do so?
They cannot do that. You only go back to the people through an election. You cannot go to the people to ask them anything else.
Can you go
People
with a referendum with
elections,
specific questions?
No. A referendum doesn't exist for that purpose. If your idea is to say that you want a person who is president to remain in office, there's only one way of doing it. You call an election for that person to remain in office. In this case, they have to deal with the provisions that regulate when you end a term and when, in this case, the president is a 2-term thing. They will have to amend the provisions relating to those 2 terms, which they cannot without a referendum.
Are you then expecting someone to move to court to challenge this proposal by ZANU-PF?
It's premature to challenge it. It is a proposal. It is nothing. It is nothing, as we said. We can't say that when political parties meet, no matter how happy they are, how, whatever they do, we can't take their proposal. They said something when they met and they called them resolutions. There's nothing to take to court there. We will have to wait until they embark on a process. I'm talking about legally. But politically, it's for different politicians to say what do they read into those kind of utterances. This is a political party that is very good at, sending signals left, right, and center. So until they start a process which we'll say has legal consequences, then we'll start really saying, well, we can have a legal step. But what I know is that there will be elections, and there must be elections in 2028.
What justification is behind this proposal? Those who are pushing for it, championing for it, why are they saying that Zimbabwe needs this at this time?
The group of people who are pushing it, they are those persons that stand to benefit from the president remaining in office. They are not people who are saying that the country will benefit from the president remaining in office. Everyone knows that the country will benefit from a limit of terms to the president. Whoever is our president must serve a maximum of 2 terms. That is what will benefit this country. Any attempt to change that cannot be said to be done in the spirit of wanting to benefit the country. The political party itself is divided. It's not a position that is unanimous within their political party. So you always get, because they don't vote at their gatherings, they just make noise. And the loudest noise is the one that is then called a resolution.
Ungqongqoshe kugatsha lwezemfundo uThorerai Moyo izolo uye waginya amabala akhe awakhulumayo lapho athi inhlanganiso eyaziwayo eyamatishala i-ATUS isekelwa libandla eliphikisayo. Uye wayisusa le inkulumo yakhe ngesikhathi esethula inkulumo eKadoma izolo. Kusenjalo umongameli wenhlanganiso ye-ATUS u-Obed Masaraure uthi inhlanganiso yabo kayizukwethuswa zinkulumo ezingelamsebenzi kanti njalo baza kuqhubekela phambili belwela amalungelo amatishala lendlela yokusebenza engcono. Ake sizweni uMasaraure ekhuluma.
So on Monday, the 20th of October, we managed to confront the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, Thorerai Moyo, with regards to the statements that he issued on the 10th of October in Rwanda. He made some reckless utterances claiming that the union, the Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe, is funded by opposition and its 100 members. When being challenged to respond to that, he quickly swallowed his words, explaining that he never said, he never meant to tarnish the image of ATUS. We had already instituted a process of suing the reckless minister, but since he has retracted his statements on a public platform and have captured them in video, we don't see the value of continuing to pursue that particular case. We understand the politicians are excitable characters. At times they utter serious nonsense out of excitement, but we are also glad that when he said the same nonsense in Rwanda, the teachers were quick to boo him, calling him to order. But now he keeps on insisting that the union ATUS should behave like other union. He cited leaders of PTUZ, leaders of ZIMTA as his friends. We just want to make it clear that our union has no intention to be a friend of the minister. We want to collaborate where our interests coincide. And we believe that when we are pushing for inclusive access to quality education, for labor justice for the teachers, these are issues that the minister should also be taking seriously. But we also understand that he has urged us to work on hardship allowance for rural teachers. This is one thing that we have always done. We have submitted solely the policy proposals. In those policy proposals, we have been clear that we need 75% of basic salary as rural retention and attraction allowance to keep the best teachers in our rural schools. But the fighting will continue, and we want to advise our members that we are no longer pursuing the lawsuit because the minister is retracted.
Yilo basokubela ukukhala okukhulu okuvela emphakathini amankampani amaChina aqhubekela phambili ngokudala inxushunxushu lokuphambanisa imvelo endaweni abasebenzela kizo. eRedcliffe inkampani yamaChina kubikwa isenza ezokwembiwa eceleni kwedamu leCactus kanti njalo lokhu kuphambanisa ngoba kuseduze lomfula uKhwekhwe. Sokulokwesaba ukuba ukwenziwa kwezembiwa lezi kuza kuphambanisa idamu eliza kugugudeka kanti njalo kubuye kuphambanise lamanzi angcole. Isikhangele kwezemidlalo. Emidlalweni yeKhaslilaga Premiership edlalwe izolo, iBhekita Minerals yanqoba iHerentals 3-0. Lokhu kubenze baphuma engozini yokuphuma emidlalweni. Lokhu kushiya iqembu leDynamos lisengozini enkulu kakhulu ekuphuma kule imidlalo ngoba sebengabesithathu besukela emsileni. Kulamaqembu amane alamaphuzu angama-34 okushiya iDynamos besalelwe imidlalo emithathu kuphela phambi kokuba kuphele isizini. Emidlalweni ye-English Premier League edlalwe izolo kusihlwa, iBrentford iye yanqoba ingadlalele ekhaya 2-0 idlala leWest Ham. Ukuziphetha lezi ndaba kumsakazo weCitizens Movement Radio nanze bezihamba phambili. Umnangagwa uyesaba ukuya okhethweni kusho Mahere. Ibandla leZANU-PF laphambanisa indlela zokuthutha ngololiwe emhlubulweni wezwekazi lase-Afrika kusho lo wayelilunga ledale lephalamende. Uchuma uthi ingalo yomthetho kayidlale indima yayo ekubulaweni kukalo wayelwela amalungelo abantu ngesikhathi evalelwe. Siziphetha lapha lezi ndaba.